Welcome back everyone to a new video. Today we are going to be installing the replay mod for Minecraft 1.21. It has just been updated a few days ago and let's hope everything works. So first of all, of course, we need to start downloading the individual mods we need to actually use the replay mod. Now I'm going to be doing this with Sodium and some other mods, not with Optifine. That is optional. I've decided to distance myself from Optifine. That's just a personal thing, so you can make your mind up for that, but this tutorial will use Sodium and some other mods to get the features that you would have from Optifine. So, first of all, of course, you need to open your browser. I actually need to pull that over here because I have a second window where I can actually see what I actually need. So, first of all, of course, we need to get Fabric. Fabric is the mod loader that actually allows us to run Minecraft mods. It is just like Forge, if you've heard of it. It is just a different mod loader. So we can just click download here, and then we can say download for Windows as I am on a Windows system. Okay, now that we have the Fabric installer downloaded, we are going to get some more mods that will allow us to actually run the replay mod. So for this, I'm going to go on Modrinth. That is just a personal choice. You can also get them from CurseForge or wherever you get your mods. So we are going to actually get some mods that are already on the main page here, like the Fabric API, which just allows a wider range of mods to actually run on Fabric. So this just allows more mods to work. Then we need Sodium, which is right down here. This just makes the performance of Minecraft better. We are also going to get Iris shaders, just so you can actually use shaders like with Optifine. You technically don't need this, but I suggest for the videos you should get it. It makes the videos look quite nice. Now, in the case that any of these do not show up, you can also search for mods up here, which we actually need to do because one mod is not shown, which is Indium. Right down here, Indium. So you can see it allows Sodium to actually work with the Fabric rendering API. So we also need that. You can also just look them up for yourself. So first of all, we are going to need the Fabric API. We click on versions here, then we see the 1.21 version right here, which we're going to download. Now we are going to need two more programs. One, of course, being Replay Mod. You could get this from Modrinth. I personally want to just get it from their main website. No particular reason, it's just how I like to do it. So we can just search for Replay Mod. It should be the first one here without a logo. For some reason that's still broken. We can click Download Now, and we can see the 1.21 version right here for Fabric. So we can just click Download right here, and that should be downloaded as well. And now, last but not least, we are going to need another program which actually does not have anything to do with Minecraft, and it is called FFmpeg. Just look that up, and it should be the first one here, ffmpeg.org. This is a program that allows you to render videos. So if you have a Minecraft recording from the replay mod and you want to make it a video file, you actually need FFmpeg to render the individual frames to make it an actual video. So we can click download on the left side here. Now I'm going to be doing this for Windows. You just need to hover over them. We have Linux here and we have Mac here. We are going to do this for Windows. I'm going to get this from the giant.dev website. Just click on that, and then we want the FFmpeg Git Essentials 7Z. So we can just click on that and let that download. This could take some time because it's a bigger file. Again, this is a video rendering software, so it does take some time, but you can just leave this running in the background. That should be fine. Now that we have all the files we need, we can just close our browser, and I'm quickly going to pull the programs on my. Alrighty, we now have the complete list of programs we need right here, and we can actually go through them in this row. So first of all, of course, we need to install a Fabric 1.21 version. To do this, look for the fabric installer.exe, double click on that, quickly let it load. Now we want a micro version for 1.21 with this loader version. This does not have to be the specific version if you do this on a later date. You can leave this as it is because it does not in and of itself change anything. We wanted to create a profile and we just click install. And now Fabric has been successfully installed. We can just click OK and we can close this. This program will no longer be needed, so we can already throw this away. Now that we've got that, we will quickly open our launcher. Just give me a second, this takes some time. And when the launcher has loaded up, you should see a Fabric Loader 1.21 version right down here. Now, I'm going to be changing some things about this installation just for my PC's sake. So, if you want to do this as well, you can click on Installations, and then we look for the version we want to change. We just click the Edit button right here, and now I'm going to do some things. First of all, I'm going to change the game directory. This allows me to have multiple mod programs running without needing to change the mods. Let me quickly explain what I mean with that. This is your Minecraft folder. As you can see, we have a mods folder right here. Now, usually, when I started modding Minecraft, I used to just put mods right in here. But as you can see, I do not have any mods in here anymore. This is because this is your main Minecraft installation. So, if you, say, want to run Minecraft 1.21, you put your mods in this folder and let it play. Now, if you want to change and say, I don't really want to play 1.21 anymore, I want to play 1.12 with mods, then you need to go into your Minecraft folder, take out the old mods, put in the new mods. And over time, this can get quite annoying, which is why we are going to do it a bit differently. Because Minecraft actually allows you to change where the game is located. Now, as you can see, it does say that some mods require to be located in the .minecraft folder. In our case, that will not be happening, and most mods should not give you the issue. So you could keep that in mind, but if you have multiple different versions with mods, maybe even Fabric and Forge mods for the same version, I suggest to do this because it just makes it a bit more streamlined, makes it quicker. To change the game directory, you could put in the path manually, but we are just going to click on Browse on the right side here. Then we are quickly going to look for the .minecraft folder. It should be highlighted. If it is not highlighted for you, and you just see this path of different files, look for your username on your PC, -nasty289, for obvious reasons. Click on the arrow on the right side, on the left side. Then you should look for the app data folder. It should be a bit grayed out because it's actually a hidden folder. Then we look down, look for the roaming folder, and then the .minecraft folder. Click on the little arrow, and then you can see all of the different programs, folders that are actually running Minecraft. Now we're going to look for the versions folder. Click on the little arrow. In here are all of the versions that you have of Minecraft. Now, because we want to run Fabric 1.21, we will scroll down until at some point, all the way down, we have Fabric Loader 1.21. This number could change because it's the loader version, which we had in the installer. Again, you don't need to change this, so if this number is different, that does not matter. As you can see, I have a 1.20.1 version and two different loader versions. Does not matter. So we look for the 1.21 folder, just click on that and click OK. And now, as you can see, the game directory actually is located in the fabric loader. Just to keep in mind, if you do this and change the game directory, it will create a separate version of Minecraft for each installation for that you do this. So if you don't have a good PC, well, good being relative, if you don't have much space to save data, this could fill up your folder, your PC, quite quickly. So just keep that in mind. If we've done this, one more thing I'm going to do is click on More Options. And down here we have the JVM arguments. These are the core settings for Minecraft interacting with your PC. What we are going to change is this first argument right here, XMX2G. This says that Minecraft is allowed to use 2 GB of your memory. Now, depending on your PC, that does not make any sense. For example, my PC has 32 GB of memory. So just using 2 GB will not help. Especially with how optimized Minecraft is, 2 GB is not enough, especially with mods. So we're going to change that. If, in the case you don't know how much memory you have, we can quickly look this up. For this, you go down here on the Windows button, then you search for the Task Manager. Open it up, and let me pull that over. And then you have the Performance tab. If you click on that, you can see all of the different pieces in your PC, like your CPU and your memory. You can click on that, and all the way down here, let me put this in full screen. And if you look on the right side here, you can see your amount of memory you have available. Now, it is said that you should use half of your memory and allocate that to Minecraft. So in my case, the half of 32 is 16. So we can now close the Task Manager, go down here to the XMX2G and change the 2 to a 16. Again, change this to the half of your memory. Don't just put a 16 in there. For example, my old PC only had 16 GB. So if you gave everything to Minecraft, Minecraft will run smoothly, but your PC will most likely crash. So just keep that in mind. If you've done these changes, of course, only if you want to, you can click Save. And now, before we can actually install all of our mods, if we quickly take a look into the folder, you can see we don't have a mod folder because we've changed the directory. As you can see, it's not in the .minecraft folder, it's all the way down in the Fabric Loader 1.21. To get those folders, we just quickly click play, let it load. It will create a new instance of Minecraft. This is what I mean. It will, of course, over time fill up your PC, so just keep that in mind. And of course, quickly let it load until you are in Minecraft.
Press enter to enable
So I'm just quickly going to continue and close it, because that has already created all of the necessary folders. So now I can just quickly reopen our folder. If you did not click on the button I just clicked in the launcher, again, you go in here, open your launcher, quickly load, and you can click on Installations and on the little folder button here. And now, as you can see, there are a few new files. For example, we have the options file, which actually stores your settings for Minecraft. So if you have a different version for Minecraft which already has all the settings you'd like keybinds and the mouse sensitivity, for example, you can just copy that file from another version, put it in here. I will do that manually for every version just because I like to do it that way. So I'm going to keep it as is. Now we can just move this over slightly and look for the mods folder. Double click that. In the case that you don't have that folder, like so, for some reason it wasn't created, who knows why, right click, new folder, mods. That should do it. So now we can open this and take all of the mods we have right here. So just select those. That should be the Fabric API, Sodium, Iris, Indium, and the Replay mod. Take all of these, move them over. Now we can close this. And just to check that everything works, quickly open the launcher, let it load for a second, and then click play. Now I'm going to do this just to make sure that there aren't any errors between the mods, any incompatibilities, so just for safety's sake I'm quickly going to let it run to see if there's any errors. So now what we're going to do is quickly go into the single player and create a creative world. Nothing specific, we just need a world. And now we click create new world. Let it load for a second. And here we go. Now as you can see, the replay mod has instantly started recording my game. We will change that in a second so it does not automatically record every time you join a world. Now, just let Minecraft load for a second, let the program record for a second, because depending on how quick your PC is, loading into the replay in a second could take some time. And if the recording is too short, the program automatically restarts the recording, which will cause you to be stuck in a loop, which will crash your game. Believe me, I've had that happen to me, and not great. So just wait for a second. I don't know, maybe just fly over here, say hello to the villager. How you doing, buddy? He does not want to talk with me. How you doing? Any interesting trait? Nope. I'll just give it a second. And when you feel like you've recorded maybe a minute, to be honest, I did not check the time, so I have no idea how long I've recorded. We are just going to press escape, click stop recording. As you can see, you can also pause the recording in case you want to do that. And if your recording is stopped, you can also start a recording from here. When the game has loaded long enough, you said, okay, I've had maybe a minute to 2 minutes recording, we can click save and quit the title. And then up on the right side you can see that it will save the replay file. If you have a longer file, then it will load longer. That should be clear. Now you can also change the recording's name right here by just clicking into the thing, into the box, type in the name. You can also, if you say, I don't like that recording, you can press the X to delete it. Now I don't want to delete it, so I'll just quickly click in here, give it a name again. There we go. And then it will not be deleted. So just click done. And now, as you might have already seen, you also have a new button right down here, the replay view. You can click on that, and in here will be all of your recordings. Actually recorded a minute 25. Yeah, quite close. Now, the first thing we're going to do in this section of the mod is go on the right side here to the settings, and what I like to personally turn off is the automatic recording and show chat. Because if this is enabled and you maybe want to record on a multiplayer server, of course the chat will fill up and be shown in the replay, which is not good if you want to have it as like a time lapse. So you can turn it off. Of course, if you want to have it, you can also turn it on here. Click done, and then we're going to select our test video and press load. Now, as you can see, my PC is quite quick, so I've quickly loaded into the file, but if your PC isn't as quick, a 5-second recording would not be fast enough. It would put you in a loop. Not great. Now, there are a few keybinds, some of which I will tell you in this video, and some of which aren't as interesting, so if you want to see those, I will link a video in the description and in the image somewhere, which will lead you to a video I did on how to use the replay mod. It was on, I believe, the 1.16 version, but nothing has really changed, so you can still use that video. So, as you can see, you're now in the recording. Your camera should be where you started. Not 100% sure, because sometimes the program tends to have different opinions on where it actually wants to start, but in my case, I've luckily spawned where I'm at. The first keybind I'm going to tell you is P, because P will, as you can see, pause the recording. So you can play and pause the recording. Now, as you can see, we are as in like a spectator mode. We actually do not have a character. We can fly around, look for different people. And yeah, this is, well, the main feature of the replay mod. Who would have guessed? Now what I'm going to do is pause the recording, and just to make a test to see if the mod is actually working and letting me render a video, I'm going to look for something to record, say this chicken over here. It was so interesting that I want to see what it did. So let's get like a bigger frame, and if you press T to open your chat, as you can see, you actually get your cursor. You can use this to either put in the keyframes here, and as you can see, there are also hotkeys. So I and O. So if I press escape, my cursor will go, and I can move the camera again, and then I can press I and O. I places a position keyframe, which you can see right here. This basically stores where you are and where you're looking. So this point now knows the camera was roughly right here, looking down towards the chicken. The second part is the time keyframe, the O. This basically tells the program that this position keyframe will be played at exactly, what is this, 26 seconds. That is why there's a red line here. Of course, this is not enough, because now we only have 1 point. The camera does not know where to go to. So we can quickly press play, let it load for a second again. And when you feel that you have, say, 5, 6, 7 seconds, you can press pause again and place another position keyframe, if you want to look at the chicken, position keyframe, and a time keyframe. To quickly explain the HUD, on the left side here you have the pause and unpause key for the replay, same as when pressing P. Over here you have the speed. This is quite nice because the replay over here will play quicker, but down here this is the length of your actual video that we will get in the end. So you can see it has not changed as much, so we've had a jump from 8 seconds to 11 seconds, but up here we've had a change from 35 seconds all the way up to 56 seconds. Another thing you can see is this thing right here, and it only changes its place when we continue our recording up here, and when we move this little cursor down here, because this is the camera. This basically tells us, as the player, where the camera will be at this time and where it will be facing. The green line is where it's facing, and this red line is the path the camera will take. But yeah, now we have our video, and now we want to say, oh yeah, I think this is fine. Let's render the camera path. Again, press T to get your cursor. Click on render camera path, and now there are a few different settings here. I usually like to just keep them as they are. We want 60 frames, we want the video resolution 1920 by 1080, same as this video. bitrate of 20 mbits per second. That is totally fine. Now you can change the output name and output area. So if you click on this button right here, over here you will have the path where the video will be stored. In our case, it will be where we also put our mods. There's a folder called Replay Videos. It would be stored on there. Now, I don't want to click through all of these different folders every time to get my video, so I can click over here because it can actually scroll. Click on Minecraft, click on C to change the drive where I put it. I want to put it on my Y drive, and just put it under my folder right here. Now, this path will be different for everyone because this is your actual PC's path, so yeah, keep that in mind. Down here, you can change the name. Sadly, the buttons for some reason bug through the UI. No idea why that happens, but that's been there since the old versions, so I don't bother with it. Give it a name, call it test, click save. They can change a few different settings, like rendering name tags. Now, as I haven't recorded a player, technically doesn't change anything whether I save it or not, so I'll just keep it as it is. And yeah, now we say, hey, we have a video, let's render. Does not render. This is because we need FFmpeg. If you remember, that is a program we've installed. Well, downloaded, not installed. That will come now. Now we still have the file right here, FFmpeg. This folder is still compressed, as you can see by the 7Z right here. This is a compressed archive folder. To unpack this, there are a few different ways. Now, in Windows 11, I can just double click on this and it will be unzipped for me instantly. I have no idea whether Windows 10 can already do this, so we'll show a different way to do this. For this, we are quickly going to open our browser, pull this over, look for 7Z, which will give our program right here 7zip. Click on the download. Now on the 64-bit for Windows, click download right here. And you can already run the installer. It will give you a prompt because it will change stuff on your PC. It will not break anything, don't worry. It's just because it will access files, it wants to change that. So it already checks where I want to have it saved, which is on my D drive, so that's perfect. You can change this here either by pressing the button or putting in a different path. Just click install, then click run, and when it's installed you can click close. So now we can go down here, look for 7zip. You can have it right here, 7zip file manager. Open that, and now there's a whole lot of different things. Now what we want to do is take this window, and you can either use this path to look for your file. You can press this button to go up a folder. Now I have this stored on my desktop. You will start in your downloads. You can of course leave the FFmpeg file in your downloads folder and just access it from here. I now have it on my desktop, so I'll click this little arrow folder, go on desktop, and then we have the FFmpeg right here. Double click that, and we have our file here. We can just pull that out. Let the program run, and when it's finished, you have your file right up here. So you can close this and delete this. Now, this is the file that you want. This is the FFmpeg essential build. Now we need to install it, per se. To do this, we open our File Explorer. To do this, you go on your system drive, which in most cases is the C drive. You go on Program Files x86, double click that. As you can see in here, I already have an old FFmpeg file. As you can see, it is more or less the same name. Of course, the date is different. So if you have an old file, you can delete this because you won't use it anymore, and take the new file and pull it in here. Now it will give you a prompt that you need administrator permission because this is your program files folder. This is where some of your programs are stored. Now, I'm still here, my PC is not broken, so don't worry, this will not break your PC. You can just click continue, and boom, now the file is over here. Now that the file is more or less installed, we now need to link FFmpeg to Minecraft. To do that, we go in here, look for bin, open that, and then we have ffmpeg.exe. We will right click this, look for properties, click on that, and then we have the location right here. This is where the file is located. It is basically the same path as up here. We will just highlight this all the way up to bin, Control C to copy it, then click OK, and close this. Now we open up Minecraft, or if you've closed it, of course, restart it, go into your recording, until you are at this screen again. Now we click Render Camera Path, scroll all the way down until we are here, the command line. So you can see there's nothing in it. This is where you want to put the path to the FFmpeg file. So go Control V to paste it in, and now we had to add something more, because this is the path to the file, but it needs the actual ffmpeg.exe file. To do that, we put in another backslash, and then we type in ffmpeg.exe. When you've done that, now everything should be ready, and if you click render, click load, then as you can see, it will render the video. So I'll just quickly let this run to show it to you. There you go, now it's finished. Now there will be a pop-up on the first time. You can either open the video folder, this is where you have your videos stored, or you can instantly upload it to YouTube. Now I don't want the screen to appear again, because I know where my files are stored, so I just say don't show again, and close. Now to get to the video, I will quickly, in the background, because the recording will not update, there we go. I will quickly look for my YouTube drive, go into raw recordings, Minecraft, and right here we have our test.mp4. If we let it play, you can see there's our video. Don't mind that, that's from my PC, that is not in the recording. And right here you have the video of the chicken just chilling. If you have a PC like I used to have, it will run Minecraft fine, but especially with things like shaders or resource packs, well, high resource packs, it will definitely hinder your video's quality when you want to record it, because the recording program, then Minecraft, then the resource pack, it will all just build up and your PC will basically fry. Say I have a time lapse of me building a house, and I'll say, well, the footage is nice, but I wanted to pop, I wanted to stand out. You could use a resource pack, or say you maybe found a resource pack that you really like, but you didn't have it when you initially recorded the replay. The great thing is, this is separate. So this recording is basically a new instance of your world being loaded, where the program just remembers what you did and lets a program do those things again. It actually changes, because the recording stores, okay, we have these blocks here, we have mobs here, we have the player up there, but it does not store things like what were the textures of the blocks. So you can actually use resource packs after recording to still show up. You can also use shaders. I mean, it's basically the same thing as a resource pack, so just press escape, options, video settings. Now this will look a bit different through Sodium, and as you can see we have a button up here called shader packs. Now if you don't have ours installed, that button will not appear, just keep that in mind. Click on shader packs, and I've now installed the Bliss shader, so I can select it, click apply, let it load for a second, and there we are. And as you can see, we are now in Minecraft, in the replay with shaders. So now we can render this, still the same name, but I can let it render. As you can see, it now actually has the shaders stored. And let's say I've seen this and I'm like, okay, yeah, I do like the footage, but the shade is a bit too much. So we go into your settings, video settings, shader packs, and just turn them off. Click apply, and let it render again. Now it actually changes the name because the test name has already been used, so that's quite nice. We can click render again, let it load. It's the same footage, but without shaders. I'll actually give you a side-by-side comparison right here. You can see they fly over the same path, they have the same entity movement, because it's remembered what every entity did, which blocks were placed, which blocks were broken, where the particles, yada yada yada. But it's still a separate world, so it does not show up. So if you have that recording, everything worked out, you now have a fully functional replay mod version. So yeah, have fun with it, and good luck. I'll see you next time. Great rest of the day, and goodbye.